What we're doing with this video, and what we did with the one we shot down at Secret Harbour, was use some very minimalist gear. I've got the little Motorola phone here, little selfie stick here that converts into a bit of a stand. I have to be a little bit careful with that one if there's any kind of wind around, because it's not the most stable thing in the world. It's only got the phone on top, but if the wind catches it, it could easily push it over. There's just three parts to it. The phone, obviously, little selfie stick here that expands out, and we have the legs that sit on the bottom. Fairly wide, they're the widest ones I can find for this sort of thing, and that's it. That's all we're using to shoot this video with. No gimbal, so I'm going to be holding that as steadily as I can, but you're going to have to expect a little bit of movement. We found that when we were shooting the Secret Harbour video, the phone has a pretty good microphone on it, so we're giving it another go just to see what we can do with very minimal gear. G'day guys, we're off to do a bit of worming down at Mandurah, see if we can catch some worms from the estuary there. Now, we told you we were going to head down in the video that we made on whiting fishing at Secret Harbour, which really didn't pan out that well because of the weather. And today the weather is sort of a bit iffy, but we're on a bit of a timetable, and we have to sort of do it now or never. Well, last week's attempt at getting out to Mandurah doing some worming fell in the hole when the weather went bad on us, and we got up early in the morning for nothing. So we're now a week later. We're going to give it another go. This time we're going to go to a different place again, and we're going to do a bit of crabbing as well. We thought we might as well. The season's getting on now. We're in early March, and won't be long before the crabs are all moving back out to sea again, so this is going to be probably our last chance to get out and do a bit of crabbing. The worming gear that we need consists of one of these little fellas here. This is a bait pump. They use these in Queensland for catching yabbies, and they also use them for pumping beach worms, and we'll give you a little demo of how that works. And you need a sieve. What some people do is they build a floating sieve. What we're going to give a go is this net. It's actually something that will help you to clean a pool. We saw it in the op shop and thought, well, maybe it'll do for something else, and now it turns out that we need a sieve type thing for worming, to filter the sand and to catch the worms in, if we can find any. So we'll use that, and of course we've got the scoop net sitting up here, and we're going to go out to one of our favourite little spots. It's I can't quite call it an island, it's a sandbank that comes up on low tide. So we're going to pop out there, and we usually find a few crabs there. Well, we were all ready to go, and hoping the weather was going to be nice to us this time, and look at that. Plus, we've got a strong wind warning for this morning, so okay, well, it looks like third time lucky. We were going to try yesterday, but we abandoned it when we found there was a strong wind warning, so today, at least we got a clear sky, and we are now ready to go. Just waiting for Dorothy to turn up with the 4x4, and we'll hook up and get on our way. quite a bit of wind at the moment, so I don't know how well this is going to turn out as far as wind noise is concerned, but we've got a little shallow sandbar that we come to just out of Mandurah. Usually we get some crabs here. We're going to do some crabbing first before we try to get some worms. Fairly high tide at the moment, so hoping there's going to be a few crabs around. We've seen one already. Unfortunately it ducked into the weed before we had a chance to get it, but we'll give this a go. It's usually a good spot, and then later on we'll go in a bit closer to the river mouth and see if we can find some worms. Gotta say, there's times when I think the weather conspires against us when we try to go out and do things. This howling bloody easterly wind has come up, and as you can see from the water, it doesn't make it very easy to spot the crabs. I don't know through this wind noise, but I think it's probably going to be in the microphone, but we're losing more crabs at the moment than we're catching. They're all in the thick weed. Well, despite the fact that the wind has been shocking this morning, we still managed to pick up 9 crabs. Not quite bag limit, but pretty close. Certainly enough for a feed for us. I don't know how much you're getting of this because the wind is howling past the microphone as usual. We're going to go a bit closer to shore now and see if we can pick up some worms. I don't really have much confidence that we're going to do well, but we just see if we can film a bit of it and show you what we do to catch them. Now, it's the first time we've tried worming down in this spot. Unfortunately, this is way too muddy. You can see from the plugs that I've been bringing up there, it needs to be more sandy than that. The place we've tried when we first went worming, unfortunately we didn't film it. We'll probably have to go back there and do a bit more filming and on another trip. But for the moment, that's an example of how you actually do catch the worms. You use these bait pumps, and you need some sort of a sieving device. But we're going to have to leave that for another trip.